Hello everybody and welcome. You are watching Linda's Stampin' Escape and we're going scary tonight. Don't forget to pop on, say hello when you join me. Just gonna wait a little bit. Make sure I'm getting everybody on. How is everybody doing tonight? Doing well? I must say I'm doing much better than last week. How are we doing? All right, we got some people hopping on. Wonderful. Now if I can just get my computer to catch up with my phone, I'll be good. So Cheryl says she's doing great. Hello, Jenny. I saw Barb pop in. That is awesome. Here we go. I think we got it. So as you can see, we are doing the Scary Cute bundle tonight. So how many Halloween fans do I have in the house? Hello Beth, hello Kathy. And not only is it Halloween, it is a fun fold. Oh my gosh. You guys have seen me do this one before. It is the corner fold. And I just want to do a little twist to it today and show you a different layout. So Cheryl and Kathy are both Halloween fans. Beth is a Halloween fan. All right. You know, it's just a fun holiday. It's fun. It doesn't have to be spooky and scary, although that's kind of fun too. Well, hello Peggy, joining us from Oklahoma. All right. Oh, I'm glad to see everybody back. I am glad to be back. I have to tell you that it was a tooth infection and it wound me up in the emergency room. So I have been on meds this whole time. So, yep, I'm happy to be back, and we're going to kick it off with Halloween. So, Scary Cute is our bundle, and our fun fold is the corner fold. This one here, for those of you who were watching during the, what did we call it? Our summer celebration / mini catalog celebration. Those were big words. I did this card. This is done with A Wonderful World. And this showcases that fun fold. So it's just a pullback of the corner, and we're going to do that again tonight, but we're going to do a little twist to it. So it was fun. This, by the way, is a free celebration item when you purchase a amount. I think this one's the 100 because it comes with the stamp set and the designer paper. So if you've been catching my blog posts, I have had a few on there. So yeah, it's gorgeous, gorgeous set. So I also want to show you this card that's on my blog today, because I hope this shows up better, because when I saw the card on the post this morning, it just didn't, I think it's too light. Let me turn this one down just a hair, see if that helps. There we go. Now our colors are coming into reality. But this is actually crushed curry, and this is that beautiful new parakeet party. But it just really didn't show up on the blog. It looked kind of faded out, but here you can see the colors a little bit better. And of course we got our glitter washi tape in there, and perfect for Halloween. I can turn my lights back up here. Whoops, sorry, so you can see the next projects. Okay. And this was another one that I did with the washi tape. And our Scary Cute. So these actually do not belong on there. So the Mr. Kitty Cat has to move. And the bat can go fly over here. Ooh, he wants to stay. Nope, you can't. We'll put him over by the lighthouse over there. So super cute and easy to do. You'll find these both on my blog. But just another way of using this Scary Cute bundle. So the bundle comes with your stamp set, and this one comes with dies. So this is kind of fun because you can use this both ways. I don't believe I used the frame. No, I just used the house on both of these. So I'm going to use the frame tonight. So you'll get to see how that works as well. And of course I pre-cut everything so you guys didn't have to sit there and watch me run it through my die cutting machine. Although that's not always a bad idea. All right, so our card starts out with a half sheet of Tonight. It's basic black. So we're going to take this and fold this. And I'm going to have to scoot over to my other table quick and get my take your pick tool, because I think I left it over there. Yes, I did. So there it is. I'm going to need that later. Okay, so this is how the fold normally works. But we're tipping it tonight, and we're going to go, instead of the portrait, we're going to do landscape. So we are going to jazz this up a bit. All right. And I'm using the black and white side of our harvest paper. This is in the mini catalog, so it's still available. And I love this paper because one side is colored and has patterns, and the other side is black and white. So you can pretty much do whatever you'd want with this, but tonight we're leaving it black and white. And I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal, and I'm using the plus because I have the folds and I want everything to stay on there really nice. I just have to make sure that I center this really nice. That's because the glue works nice for that, because it allows you to move a little. There we go. I think we're pretty good there. All right. Let's burnish that and make sure that that's going to stay down there for us. Okay. Now let's talk dies. So here's our die. The one with the branches here does not have a cutting edge. It has an open edge. So in order to get my cut, this is the one that cuts. So we're going to start here, and I cut out a piece of white. So this is just our basic white. So just find a piece of scrap that fits. And then for the black, I had to put my die on here. See, and then it would just cut that out. So really cute if you're making like party favors, because you can cut this out of the front of your box and then put like a window sheet behind it so your candy doesn't fall out. But then you don't have to like put it, you know, hook it together or whatever, because it's already done for you. And then this is going to cut out your second the outside here. So you end up with a nice little frame all the way around. Now, what I like about this one is your trees can go up there, and then you could put your little kitty cat down there if you want. Or you could flip it this way and then put your house in here and have your trees down there, making it kind of spooky looking, which is what we're going to do tonight. So this is how we're going to do this tonight. All right. So we are set there, and I didn't do this on my card sample, but I want to, so I'm kind of winging it right now, and I want to put it a little color back there. Look at that. I just have enough in my brush yet to put just a little color. I didn't want a lot, but I want enough to kind of pop that. See how that works? There we go. I think that looks a little better than just that plain solid white, which my sample had, by the way. Okay. Love my blending brushes. Gotta love those. Okay. Now we are going to use our glue, and we'll get to our fun fold in a little bit. We're just going to start putting our pieces together here so they are ready when we do the fold. So here's where I'm going to put the glue on, because that is just easier than trying to get your Stampin' Seal or whatever, because it's, you know, kind of thick. I'm just going to put a couple little dots down here. Not that it really needs it, but just in case. All right. Let's pick this up. Let's see here. Okay, now I'm getting quiet. I gotta... You know, it's kind of like when you color. Everybody's quiet when they color. There we go. That worked out nice. All right, I'm going to take the block and I'm just going to push that down a little bit. Trying to keep any glue off my fingers. Now, I did not glue right here because I want to kind of stick my little house down there a little bit further. Okay. So we got that, and now we can tuck our house in there. And he's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. And I'm just going to add a little glue to the back of that. Now, if you want, you could have popped this one up. But you don't have to. There we go. That little bit of color works really nice. Let's put our tool in here so we can get that straight before we push that down. So now you're creating a little texture and dimension when we pulled these out a little bit, but they won't come off, so you're good there. Now, I just picked up my moon, and we're going to use some little cuts here. Get the edges all used up on my Stampin' Dimensionals, right? So are we going to have a crescent moon, or are we going to have a man on the moon? You know, the one that sits on the edge here. Let's kind of do that right about there. Get close to that house. I just caught the corner of that. All right. Now I pre-cut some little bats too. So I'm going to pull those out. See why I needed my take your pick tool? Because he's finding all my little pieces for me. And one little bat is hiding. So we're going to put those on after we get the rest of this put together. All right. So what I want to do next is I found a piece of black and white baker's twine. So what I'm going to do is take my marker and just run it down the side. And I'm going to do this a couple times. Kind of see where I'm going. And I'm not being real picky with this. You know why? Because I want some white on here too. I want to leave some white on our baker's twine, because that way it brings all three of our colors together. Because I am going to pop up our black piece here with some pumpkin pie, and that's what color I'm using here. So we're just going to get a little on there. I want some dark pumpkin spots, and then I want some white spots. So it's going to be nice and colorful and a lot of fun. Now if you want a really good saturation and you just want this pumpkin and black, grab your Stampin' Blends, because they will work a lot nicer, because that alcohol in there will come out easier and just totally dye this for you. So if you don't like the white, if you don't want the white in there, then grab your Stampin' Blends. So get that alcohol marker, because it'll suck right up in there and it'll look really nice. But I wanted a little white, and I can add a little more color in there if I need to. So let's pull our card back in here. We're just going to set this right over here. And I'm not one to measure much, so I am going to go about, this is an inch over here. I definitely don't want to go that far. I want to go about 3/4 of an inch, which would be right here. So I'm going to pull that, and I am going to pull my cardstock back. Just like that. So see, you got that same fold as we did on this one. But our card's going this way. So I definitely need my Stampin' Seal Plus for this, or glue. Either one would work really nice. We're going to take that and push that up. And I want to make sure that I have a nice line there. There we go. Okay. Now I am going to bring in a piece that's going to fit in here. There we go. I made one side 1/8 of an inch larger, and here's why. Because this comes out to about 3 inches. So this is 3 inches by 3 1/8. Because I wanted a little space left around here. If I did 3 inches, it would have just been... So this gives me a little more space. I just need to make sure I have this lined up really nice on my card. So let's put a little adhesive here, because I want to make sure that's covered. And this is where our baker's twine is going to go. So let me get my ends together. It's going to go this way. going to take that and I am going to use my bone folder to push my baker's twine firmly into my Stampin' Seal because I don't want that to move. And this side is not going to be covered by that. So I will, once I get that all on there, I will tie that up. So watch how this goes on. And then you have your line which comes up here. So you have this little corner right here. If I can flip that. That is where you can add just a little more adhesive. I'm going to hold that down. There we go. On that side. Excellent. And then we are going to put our dimensionals on, and I love putting my dimensionals on this way because it's going to hold that baker's twine, your ribbon, and anything else to just make sure that it's not going to fall off on you. I agree with you, Barb. The orange really did make it pop. Okay, so we have our dimensionals down at the bottom, so let's put some at the top here. So we'll put some right up here. And this girl is running out. Not to worry, I have more upstairs in the box. And then I'm just going to put that there. Looks like a little Frankenstein face on National Frankenstein Day. So what else would I work on? Halloween, right? And this Thursday are Halloween classes, so also working with this. So they're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, so now we got our front assembly doing pretty good here. I'm going to take my ribbon now. Oh, and I got a lot. I didn't realize I had this much. That's okay. It'll make a nice bow, and probably then some, right? Probably make another bow with what I cut off from here. Because I don't want it that big. We're going to make it right about there. Pull that tight. We can trim off our pieces. Jenny's loving the colors. I know, Halloween is so fun. I'm a big purple and that lime green, so the parakeet party really works nice for this now. Okay. Now we got that stuck down, and that is right here, so you don't have to worry about that adhesive sticking out. But we know from this corner to this corner is where we glue. So when you flip it, make sure that you're doing this. And I just want to double check because I don't want to put it on the wrong way. Have you ever made a card and put the card front upside down? That is just the most horrid thing, isn't it? So these two, flip that. Boy, this one's got me thinking. So I'm going to put my glue here, and then I'm going to make my little triangle. And I'm not going to go all the way out to the edge because I know the glue is going to hold this really nicely. I also know that as I lay this on, I can wiggle it around and make sure my edges are straight. Not that you put this on crooked, because I've done that before too. And I'm trying not to stick my head in the camera, so I think we got a pretty nice edge. I'm going to look at the screen, and yep, that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to hold that down for a minute. So there are a few spots on here that I think could use a little more color. So while I'm holding that down to dry, I'm just gonna put in a little bit more color there just by touching it, and then the ink will soak into there. Little of that white show through, but yep, I want a little more orange in there. There we go. Okay, we'll let that sit. We'll finish up our card by putting in our greeting. Oh, and we have some bats that are waiting around too. So when I first put my greeting on, you know, yep, it looks nice. However, I was missing that concentrated color over here, and there's nothing over here. So an easy solution to that is just cut out another piece of your banner. So we got our first banner in white stamped with our Memento ink. And then just layer that. So they don't always have to be a whole size bigger, right? You can use the same size and then just use it to matte, to give it that little pop of color. Boy, once you got that down, this is sticking. Okay, so we're gonna add a little adhesive here and a dimensional. Do you have one left over here? I do. On the end to pop that up. There, and see what that little bit of pumpkin pie just did. It just drew your eye all the way across the card by adding that little pop of your pumpkin pie over on the other side. Okay, so now we got our little bats flying around here yet, so we need to get them on. So we are going to take your pick tool and grab my glue and just add a little bit here. Whoa, he doesn't need that much. He's just a little bat. But he's got littler ones too. All right, so we're just going to bring this guy right in here. Make sure I get that glue spot there. There we go. And then let's grab this one ever so slightly with that glue. Trying not to squeeze. There we go. And we're going to take this guy, and he's going to fly across the moon. There he goes. How cute is that? You can come up just a little bit at that point. My goodness. There we go. And then, oh, where is he? Hi, there he is. They obviously don't want to be glued down, do they? Because they are all over the place. All right, and we're going to stick our other one right there next to the house. Making sure our stuff is dry here. And I'm going to grab our classic matte dots, and we're going to add a little more white to kind of pull that beautiful white all the way around our card. So, get some fresh stuff out here. Grab a big one, put that here, and a little one. And I'm working with odd numbers, so I got 3 corners because I have my bat over here. So I'll put 2 dots over here. Oh, we'll just go that way. And then we'll put 1 more big dot. So we got 3 of the big dots and 2 of the little ones, but it just adds a nice balance to your card. And now you would just put a little bit of white under here, and that's probably sitting on the other side. But because I cut my 4 by 5 1/4 pieces, so I have a stack of them. So they're on the other table because I'm still finishing up my card class for Thursday night. But yep, little piece of white there, and you would have a little white border. Well, let me just get... It's not so far, and that way you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you'll put that in here, and then you'll get a little white border around your edge. And you can cut that however you want. If you don't like that white border, then cut this piece a little bit smaller. I would say 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and that way you wouldn't have to see it. But otherwise, you got just a little bit of that sticking out there. And again, it just layers all those colors and brings them all together. Even if you just push this one up. Remember, because we had to make this one longer to compensate for our die. So, pretty cute. I like it. It fits in well with Cebu and Scary On. That is all I have tonight. I am sorry I did not, because I had to go back a couple weeks. So I still have to go back a couple weeks. So when I do the spin to win, I might just do that tomorrow. And then I will do, I haven't been here for 2 weeks. So it'd be 3 weeks ago we have to draw our names from. So we will do that tomorrow. And you don't have to watch live for that, because I'll just tape it and put it on. And then we'll find out who won, who got to be our lucky winner. And I have Christmas stuff sitting out here, so I don't even have Halloween. But, oh, I have one more thing. Somebody asked me about those beautiful star boxes. Here they are. And she's in my downline, as well as comes to watch me live all the time. So she got a gift, and this was in it, because like I said, she's in my downline. So she asked me about that. So I started making a Halloween one. So not sure where I'm going with this yet, but here is that parakeet party. And then I, of course, brushed on my colors. So I'm using the Gorgeous Grape and Night of Navy for this. And the parakeet party really pops. So maybe the house, I don't know, maybe the cat. I'll figure out something and make a little Halloween bag. So, just had to throw that in there since we're talking Halloween. So I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. I appreciate the attendance tonight. Wow, thank you. And thanks for all the comments. I will check them all after I am done. Sometimes Facebook likes to challenge us when we want to answer everybody's questions or just respond, because I like to acknowledge that the fact that you've come to visit. So I thank you for sitting with me tonight, and I'm so happy to be back. And yes, Kathy, the tooth is getting better. Thank you. So ladies, have a wonderful evening. I'll pop that drawing up tomorrow. So I know you check back every now and then, because I have more posts. There's announcements coming up. Oh my gosh, speaking of which, tomorrow is the last day for celebration. So if there was anything that you needed in there, you might want to get that order in. And then there's a new promotion coming. You should have got that in your email today. Perfect pairing or something like that. They've created dies to go with 6 of our current stamp sets. So check out my email. I sent those out to everybody. And then guess what? Starting September 1st, for 1 month only, weekly specials are coming back. So for those of you who've been hanging around with me for a while, remember we used to have weekly specials and there were certain things every week that they put on sale. It's coming back starting September 1st. So just in time for our class, just in time for club. So anyways, you can catch all that in my newsletter, and I'll be sure to update it on my Facebook page as well, okay? Thanks again for hanging out, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.